Hello, hello, Aries. This is Miss Joan of Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill. And yes, we have 4 weeks this month. Awesome. Going to end right on the end of the month. And I am excited to see what's coming up because I too am an Aries. I have been releasing the videos one a week, and that seems pretty cool. And I'm enjoying doing that. I hope you are all enjoying that as well. I have some other things coming up that I'm going to start doing as well, including some oils and other things. If that's something that interests you, I'll be also offering some classes in crystals as well as tarot. So let me know. I'm going to set these aside for a momento while we program these for the first week of April, the 3rd through the 9th, so we can go in depth at the end of this overview video. Cool. Sort of getting used to the routine, right? All good. Me too. We have Easter this month. How fun is that? I always like decorating eggs. So let's just see which one. I like this one. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and do the overview, which will have 4 columns. Lay them all out. The first row, of course, the first row will be where we are in that given week. And we have what's blocking us next. And the third one will be what our solution is. I don't read cards upside down, and that's just me. I don't read them upside down, so it doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. Okay, so cool. The very first week being April 3rd through the 9th, we are looking at the 10 of Cups, Hierophant, and the 4 of Pentacles. So let's just look at this and see what's going on. At the beginning of April, the first week of April, there are some wonderful things happening. The 10 of Cups is telling me that where you are is in a state of pure joy. The things are going really well in all areas. There's some massive manifestation going on. The wonderful things are happening, and you're just kind of living large in a good way because you're like you've done all the work and all the things are coming to you that you wanted, and you've been putting all the energy and you've planted a bunch of seeds and now everything is coming. So this is really cool. Excellent. You're in the joy part of it all. Thank you and good job. The Hierophant in the area where you're blocked is that there's a part of you that while all this wonderful magical awesomeness is coming to you, there's a part of you that doesn't necessarily trust it and is concerned and is a little unnerved by success. So success scares you a little bit. This will relate to some folks and not to others, but the answer remains that we need to get back into our faith. And we are not in our faith currently. So that's where we're blocked. We are blocked in our faith currently. That is driving you a little bonkers. But just be aware of it and know that that's a thing. And then the solution this particular week is to the 4 of Pentacles, which is watching the foundation of your finances. So watch your money. Don't get all spendy-wendy just because you're having this massive amount of awesome joy come your way. That is the place where, even though everything is coming and everything is good and everything is right, just watch the nest egg, make sure everything's cool. Don't get crazy with any of it, but do know that it's there for you and you're handling your stuff, okay? We're going to get in depth on this at the end of this video, but we're going to move right on to the week of April 10th through the 16th, and I have the Emperor right here. the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. So we're looking at the Emperor, who is telling me that there's something going on with the foundation of your world, the foundation of your job, the foundation of your house, the foundation of other things. Um, this foundation stuff is coming up. We want you to focus on it and pay attention to what's going on. Make sure you have a nice solid base. If you're going to build off anything, make sure it's a solid base, okay? Um, the Five of Swords is talking about how uh, there's a party that wants to take your power back and be in charge of what's going on, but you're not necessarily the one who needs to be in charge of that. So take a deep breath. Maybe don't swing the big bat around, but be aware that this is what you're feeling. And it doesn't make it wrong, it doesn't make it bad, it just means it is what it is, okay? So just allow this to be what it is and realize that the answer for you is to be the one who makes the choices. So you are the this is the Seven of Cups, which is showing that your solution in this situation is to make those decisions, okay? Do the job, make your decisions, because that is where your power lies. And that is the case. If you're doing, you can have your power, but you got to do it by making choices and decisions. You're not necessarily a wishy-washy person, so I don't think this is going to be too hard for you. Be aware of it, and it'll be good. Okay, cool. So now we're going to move on to the next week of April, which is the 17th through the 23rd. And 17th through the 23rd, we have the Three of Pentacles, showing that there's something going on behind the scenes financially. The King of Wands is talking about how there is a like-minded person who you care about and rely upon in a lot of ways, who will be showing up, but they won't be in a position to be of much service in this situation. But the Fool is here as your solution. This King of Wands, this person may be not necessarily helping in the situation, so you may not have what you want or be able to get what you want from him or her. The Fool is the solution for this week, and the Fool is telling me that you need to jump anyway. So while you have things going on financially, and you may not have support from your bestie, you're going to need to jump anyway and handle your business. So it's going to be an interesting week. You may or may not have the support you want, but it's interesting. Let's see what happens next week on the 24th through the 30th. Okay, so on the 24th through the 30th, we have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is telling me that you're fighting for your power. The Knight of Cups shows up, telling me that you cannot fight for what you love. It's in your way. To fight for your way or the highway is going to be in your way, and that's going to be a drag for you. But what's interesting is it might help you see what's true for you, and because we have the Ten of Wands right here, which shows me that your solution is to take your ideas and go. Whatever this is going on at the end of the week, we're going to get more information about, but I want you to know that it's going to get interesting, and I'm sorry to see that you're walking away from something. You're walking away from something at the end of the week. I bumped the table. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside, and we will get into these momentarily in other videos, as usual. But we'll get into this right now. All right, we pre-programmed these cards for this, so we'll just get into it, right? Lay out some additional cards for additional information for the first week of April, 3rd through the 9th. So let's see, what we have here is more information. So we were talking about having some joy coming your way with the Ten of Cups, right? And the Ten of Cups is still there, being joyful. There's also the Four of Wands, which is you're joyful in the foundation of your ideas, okay? So if you're wanting to start something intellectually stimulating, then this is a good time to do it. Okay? Uh, Judgment is here, and it's going to tell you that, you know what? You will have good judgment on what to do, when to do it, and when to start it. Uh, you can start it this week for sure, but definitely put the feelers out and do the work prior to energize the possibilities. Got it? So I guess like let the universe know what you want, and it will come to you. So that's good. Cool. Yes, we're going to use our better judgment on this situation as we do it, because it feels like you have more than one thing you want to share, so you'll want to pick and choose accordingly. All right, good. Um, the area where you're blocked this week, we were talking about faith and understanding how we manifest our faith and how we trust what's going on and how we may or may not trust what's going on. So that's interesting, right? So this is the Hierophant. He's telling us that we need to get back to our faith, and that even if you did do that, it would block you. Um, the Page of Swords is telling us that there's some information about your power that's coming to you this particular week, and that information may not be helpful, or it may be blocking information, you know? So someone's letting you know that, you know, so and so else is doing this job or that job, and you're not in the running, and don't worry about it. Um, so that's interesting, right? It's a little wah wah, but that's how it goes sometimes. But the nine of pentacles is telling me right here that you have financial security one way or another. Um, Pay attention to it, but don't let it stop you from being who you are and what you want. Okay, just be aware and be ready to do what you need to do with that. Okay, cool. We talked about your financial foundation over here, and we're talking about it up here, the Four of Pentacles. We talked about that. We want you to be aware of your finances. Um, Even though everything is great, we want to make sure that everything stays great, and that you stay the course with whatever fortifies your finances, so that you don't end up in a hooey because you're running off and starting something new. Okay? Cool. Because we have the devil here, and the devil has shown up to say you can totally sabotage the crap out of yourself if you're not paying attention to what you're doing over here. Um, we also have the death card. The death card is talking about letting go of something that's bothering you or getting in the way of you moving forward. Um, this can be physical stuff, it can be a way of thinking, it can be people, people who are in your life who are naysaying you all the way and not supportive. So we want you to stay aware of who your naysayers are. We want you to stay aware of who your supporters are, and what you need to learn. What do you need to learn right now to keep moving forward? And don't sabotage yourself by getting rid of the wrong thing. There's going to be some meditating going on this week, okay? Just April 3rd through the 9th, do a little meditation, check in with your heart, check in with what's going on, know what you're doing. Don't over stress on the power stuff, because we don't want you to over stress on the power stuff. That's not what's going on, okay? Um, okay, this is a complicated week, but it's going to be an interesting month, all right? Good for you, Aries. We will talk soon about the next month, the next week, which will be the 10th through the 16th. Thank you.